What's good at Chatting Pangani? It's your boy. I'm back with another one. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're all well. I'm also nice. Um, I'm still, I'm still on that Julius Malema situation. So on this video, I just want us to listen to Nota and DJ's Boo. So on that interview, on that episode they had on the Hustlers Corner, so there is where they were talking about the Julius Malema interview and how he actually kind of like, let me not say exposed, but like how he kind of like went about the interview, you know. So let's just give a listen to this 6 minutes, 7 minutes clip that I managed to clip from the interview. So yeah, let me play the video right now.
Because our parents, they've got this hero worshipping thing that they've got about their icons. You know what I mean? You can't touch their icons, even with the truth. So is that an opportune moment to now throw Naledi Pando under the bus? No, it's not an opportune moment. What you need to be showing is cohesion. You need to be showing that you've got a definitive plan. He rolled back on his talking about dispensing with anything that smells of the DP, which is what he said in his ground forces address a couple months ago, immediately after Floyd left. He said anything that smells of DP we're getting rid of. And then he says on that interview that no, those are things that would show bitterness and anger, and it's immature. So there was no inward looking, there was no introspection. You know, I watched the first interview we did after I'd finalized my divorce, you know, and the comment that really touched me is like, you know, someone said, you know, he got vulnerable. And it wasn't about being vulnerable for me, it was just about being honest.
Thank you for opening up there, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
And also even last week's episode,
yeah,
thank you for opening up about your dad's cancer-free ringing the bell situation.
Yeah.
That was also really positive and amazingly inspiring for other cancer survivors out there, or other people who are going through this similar situation. Yeah.
But be honest. When they ask you whether it hurt that Floyd left, you can say it hurt. You can say it's painful because you've said in the past that if something happens to you, your son is going to call Floyd. You can't just say, we're moving nicely, we're rocking. You understand what I'm saying? So you're trying to make a joke. So there's certain things that we can tell that you're not.
No, it's showing strength, bro.
And that's not showing strength.
As a leader, he must show strength.
You see, that's
he must give confidence to his constituents.
I could have also said, I'm divorced, I know, young sharp, you know, it's Siobangena, Bapa Bantwana, Hola. That's showing strength, right? To a certain type of people. We need to remember that we're no longer at the street corner as Twalisela Machens anymore. We're leading a nation. You know what I mean? And we need to be able to be honest sometimes. We need to be able to be honest. So for me, he could have taken us into his confidence and said, it hurt me in this aspect, it hurt me in this aspect. There you're drawing empathy from the audience. You're showing them that you've gone through something that has changed the way in which you perceive things now, that has shown you that you need to reassess your allegiances, your partnerships. The people that you thought you were going to get into the next 5-10 years with are no longer with you. So you need to recalculate how you're going to go about this next 5 to 10 years. You know what I mean? If you've got a long plan of leading, you know. There was also things like just being, I don't know, like, yes, I'm still in charge, everything, like, you've done all those antics, you've done that approach, you've tried it before. Another thing is that, you know, when he was answering the question
the
about
open border policy,
that one, I don't even want to go there, because that one he's painted himself into a corner.
And I understand that, but at some point he had a little point there. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. There's no fence.
But either way, okay, what is so wrong about saying, you know what, maybe we're wrong about this policy? We've listened to people, and we thought that we're leading people into a progressive direction. But maybe on this one, we can admit our own mistake. You know what I mean? Even if you don't convince everyone, you stand a better chance than convincing no one. You know what I mean? You're not convincing anyone right now with your plan, right? You are being afraid of being called a flip-flopper, right? You're willing to flip-flop on trivial things, But this one that really matters, that has people really angry, because people are really upset about the way in which they've gone about statements surrounding our border and our border management. That is where at least you can concede. You know what I mean? You're conceding and you're giving yourself time to formulate a new strategy, to win over people that you might have lost in the past, to show them a different direction, to show them maturity, to show them that, listen here, we've got a certain direction that we're led to, right, by our leadership. But if our leadership sees that this direction that they're leading us into is not going to be for our benefit, they don't mind changing course correction, you know. That's what needs to happen. I mean, you don't have you're not really up, you don't have much pressure. The ANC, which is the party that you're challenging, they're also going through their own turmoil. They're also going through renewal. They're also having to rebuild or decide whether they're rebuilding their KZN structures or not. They've also been decimated. They've also faced losses. You know what I mean? He said that the biggest loser in the election is the ANC. Yes, that is true. So that means that you losing something as well is not fatal. You know what I mean? The 300,000 votes that the EFF lost, you know, is not the real loss. The true loss is the gain that they lost, because they were supposed to grow. They were supposed to grow even bigger. You know what I mean? If they were supposed to gain a million new voters and they lost 300,000, they've lost 1.3 million voters, because they've lost what they should have gained and they've lost what they've actually lost. That's the actual gap of where they should have been, you know. And it shows that from a leadership perspective, there isn't enough of a diagnosis being done, honestly, an honest reflection being done within the party to say, listen, how do we stem the what you call the bleeding?
If you had the CIC's ear, what would you say to him?
What's one life lesson that you always turn to?
Being true to yourself and the people that...
To perform better at the upcoming elections. But the next elections, I know it's still too early, but what would you say to him?
I'd say find a new precedent. Take all the failures, all the disappointment, make them your own personally. Step out of the forefront leadership, right? Create a new structure, a superstructure, right, that runs the party. And then as far as the party's representation in structures like parliaments and everything else, put a new leadership team together and let that leadership team grow into the future. The DA has been able to do that.
There you have it, guys. So I would like to know what you think about what Noto just said. I personally do agree with him. And you know, I don't want to say much on this one, but I just want to know, like, I would really like to know what you think about what he said. But I just want to say something outside of this interview, is that you should understand the importance of what we are doing. These reviews that I'm doing about Julius Malema, you know, about EFF, it's somewhere, somehow, kind of like creating a foundation for the EFF to say, because just like Nota said that in that interview, Julius Malema should have just agreed to say, okay, yeah, we've lost, and then you know, it's painful, you know, because you don't want to give people confidence to a point that just fake confidence, because of the fact that when I just want to close up the fact that you know, you're hurting, so you don't want to show us how emotional you are, because what that does is that, you know, you end up bottling things, and you know, we are different people, so that other person might not take it the same way, or might not handle it the same way you handle it. So giving a person confidence, that is not necessary. For me, it's just something else, because honesty is the way to go. I mean, if you're hurt and you're a leader, you have to tell us that, I'm hurt, and then yeah, we will support you, we'll understand, because now we understand the importance of honesty, right? So that come in the future, future leaders don't have to bottle things up and then come a point where they actually explode because they just have a lot of things. Because honestly, Julius Malema was exploding in that interview. You like it, you don't like it, but Julius Malema was exploding in that interview. It was more of like an emotional interview than just a logical talk. You understand? So I personally do agree with Nota in this case. I just want to know what you think about it. Please let me know on the comment section. Yeah, from me to, like I always say, please don't forget to pray and please take care of yourself. For the last time, I'm out.